here we go, guys. We're back again together, and that will be the weekly reading as you all know it. But the reason why I was off for quite some time is because I do had some medical issues, guys, and I was pretty much unable to make streams and records video and these kind of stuff. But all this right now is out of the picture, so guys, we are ready to continue our journey of souls, because this is what tarot is all about. It's about the journey of our soul. So with that being said, hello Elizabeth, how are you doing tonight? With that being said, guys, hello Amy, we are going to the star signs. That will be 3-card reading for each star sign, and the first card will be focused on the career, what the star signs have to expect into their career. The second card will be about finances, and the third card, it will be about our personal life, either if you are in a relationship or if you are seeking for love, let's say that way. Yeah, hello Sherry. Well, I missed you too, guys. I missed you too, but right now I am, I'm now in shape to perform readings. Okay, so let me shuffle people and we can go to star signs. We start with Aries as per usual. So Aries, the first card we do have about your career, that will be the Two of Cups. Your finances, guys, are covered with the Seven of Cups, and your personal private life, that covers it with the Chariot. So the Two of Cups shows that in this week you are about to experience some pleasant let's say empathizement with colleagues. Anyway, there will be no much tantrum in your career. There won't be much activities in there. It is just will that be pleasant working with the people around you. You will share tasks, you're going to share responsibilities, you're going to share happiness. But this particular card shows, guys, that you, Aries, you are going to make that teamwork, how it's called in English, when you have to deal something with a colleague of yours, and they will just not going to obstruct you of doing your job. So hello Michael. So with that being said, people, into your career, Aries, this week it does seem that you and the co-workers, the people around you which are involved into the same matters of you are doing, you will basically combine forces, if we can say that way, and will create something from the combined forces. Now, as in the Two of Cups, we are seeing two people reaching arms to one another so they can create something something better. So that card also may reflect to a help that is gonna come into your way. For your finances into your career, for your finances, the Seven of Cups shows that you need to be extremely careful with how you spend money this week. It is because, guys, some of your investments, if we can say it that way, they are going to be wasted. Basically, you are spending money for nothing, so you need to set a certain boundaries of how you spend money. And for what I can say with this card, guys, you need to start spending money only for the practical things in your life, rather than for I don't know, some ideas that you do really have, or some bullshit, for what I can say that way. Just, wasting money for here and there without even need to waste it there. What I mean is to buy a particular purchase without even needing this particular tool or that particular amusement. And for your relationship, Aries, we do have the Chariot card, and for relationship, the Chariot card shows intimacy and romance in between two people. But if you are single, guys, well, that speaks that someone is going to make a quite impression out of you. What I mean is that you are going to attract somebody around you. However, with this card, guys, for what it seems, you are presenting yourself as a little bit stronger person than what the other one which is trying to make a certain connection which he is expecting, and that's why they could be scared, guys, is because they're going to see you as someone who can achieve great things, but they don't have that same opinion for themselves, and thus they may start thinking that actually they are not good match for you. So that is what you can expect for your in personal life, guys. For Taurus, in your career we do have the Six of Swords. For your finances, guys, we do have the Death card, and for your relationship we do have the Ace of Pentacles. So Taurus, Six of Swords shows, guys, that this week you are going to stand in between two different teams, and you need to combine the option available, or rather like the vision of those teams, into one single direction, which means, people, that in your career this week you need to be a peacemaker. Those who are searching for a job, however, they will have a certain, let's say, offering, or it's kind of like it will be a hint of offering, but they will not want to take that particular option in front of them. It is because they will think that either they can't that they can't deal with what the work requires, or the responsibilities in the job that they need to attend to will not going to they will not gonna like them. So be careful of how you choose where you want to work in the upcoming week. Now, however, guys, you need to know that if you are quite stuck into a financial means, what I mean is that your lack of finances, you gotta take that particular job just at the start, people, so you can start improving your own circumstances. Now into your finances, Taurus, we do have the Death card, and that will be a complete change, either for the good or for the better. Now that depends on your personal situation. However, those who are extremely lacking finances, guys, then this change is going to be for certain for the better. So there will be an income for those who are lacking finances and they struggle to face their expenses. And this card comes as a warning to those who are basically have on their disposal endless amounts of money, and they have to be very careful where they put a especially large amount of money, like in a big house purchases, like in private businesses, and these kind of stuff, because the Death card, guys, again, it shows change. One era is ending and another era is starting, so be very careful not to reach bankruptcy or not to lose a lot of money, those who are extremely rich. This is the warning for those who are extremely rich. So after that, guys, we're going to your relationship, and that will be the Ace of Pentacles. Tauruses, that is a card of a very big harmony into the relationship, which is unfolding slowly, and that harmony comes from the expanding sense of trust in between you and your partner. The Pentacles, guys, they are about trust, and this is the first seed of life of the trust that goes in between you and your partner. So what I can say is that don't be way too jealous with them, people, and don't try to constrain them around your personal expectation of one relationship. Have a little bit more trust into them. Those who are single, the Ace of Pentacles as a card of new beginnings shows a new beginning, which means that you do have a potential to create some sort of a harmonious relationship, guys, in this upcoming week. But that card kind of seems more like a start of a friendship rather than a emotional commitment, at least at the start. In order to traverse it into a emotional commitment, you need to first earn the trust of the subject, of the individual. For Gemini, your career, we do have the Three of Wands. Then for your finances, we do have the Queen of Wands, and for your relationship, we do have the Nine of Wands, guys. So the Three of Wands, fabulous card for one career, guys. For what it seems, your this is a card basically where the ship's coming in, your ship's coming in, but that card shows that you need to stick on the initial plan that you are following so far. That card speaks that you need to be also careful of a personal opinion and not go ahead of yourself. In another word, you should not overlook any certain details in your job, but you need to hold on the already existing patterns, guys, because you are just as far as you think you are. And unfoldment forward, it is basically given to you. You are near completion of an important cycle into your job, and you should not fall back from it. Three of Wands, people, also shows into your career that you will be aligned with what you need to do in your job. In other words, guys, the how can I place in words? Your activities will be just as your plan dictates, okay, or the plan of the company dictates. In other words, there will be no surprises that may ruin your projects this week. For your finances, we do have the Queen of Wands, guys, and that could be a woman in your life that is a fire sign, that is Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, or it has these ascendants. Now this woman is going to help you to redirect your finances in a way where you can start earning more money. So that could speak for business investments, or basically she may start pointing you where you're wasting money instead of redirecting them into something much more profitable for you. If this isn't a woman, then for what it seems, guys, you alone is going to have that particular acute sense of how you can conserve finances, spending them for the better. For your relationship, we do have the Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands, that is first of all, that is a card of a particular fatigue and being sick of need to follow a particular rules, and wanting to kind of like make a certain changes, a small changes manually forced by yourself. So that card into your relationship, guys, shows that you can have it your way, but you have to be very careful, because if you are way too tenacious to have it your way into your relationship, there could be a storm coming. So here is where you need to arm yourself with a certain patience when you kind of lay down your expectations in front of your partner, okay? Because at the start they may not be very agreed with what you want from the relationship, but if you let them to think about it, if you let the time to pass for a couple of days, three days maybe, they're going to see a reason behind your words, and some certain rearrangements of the relationship will happen. Ashley, we are right now at Gemini, and now we are going into Cancer. Those single, however, guys, this week, for what it seems, you will stay single. Maybe here and there will be some attraction and interactions, but it's kind of like you will not have trust in those people. They will not seem fitable for yourself. For Cancer, your career, we do have the Ace of Wands. Then for your money, guys, we do have the Knight of Cups, and for your relationship, we do have the Six of Wands. So new beginning into your career, guys. That is a new enterprise, new beginning, a creative chaos, not creative chaos, but a how can I place it in words? A hyperactivity, people. It is what is awaiting you into your career, learning new stuff, finding new skills that you are capable of, finding new things that you can start dealing with, and basing yourself on this, you can start asking for more money, you can start asking for a promotion. That card could also speak for promotion. But another version of interpretation of this card, guys, is that you will be able to find a certain resolution of particular difficulties and issues that until now you were wobbling, struggling with them, and also it's kind of like being like in a maze and you couldn't find a way out. Well, this week, guys, a way out will be presented to you. For your money, Cancer, we do have the Knights of Cups, and for what it seems, you're gonna make a certain purchases, guys, this week, and those purchases will be completely validated by your personal needs. So for what you're going to spend your money to this week, that will make you kind of like emotionally satisfied. For what it seems, there were a purchase that you wanted to make for quite some time, guys, and this week, for what it seems, you will be able to afford it. Your relationship, Cancer, we do have the Six of Wands. So with the Six of Wands, that is a peak of experience, a lot of passion, a lot of sex, guys, and basically, how can I place it in words? That card is basically being recognized as the most fitable person that can exist for your partner. Basically, that's the message the card sends to me for those who are in relationship. So if your partner into your relationship had a certain affair, or they were dating someone else, basically they're gonna leave these people, and they will focus completely on you. Those who are single, guys, well, for what it seems, you will not lack any attention this week, as a multiple people, a bunch of people will try to approach you. How this is gonna turn out, guys, well, that depends entirely on you and who you are kind of willing to let in your life. Hi Melly, yeah, I do have kind of lovely day today, and that's why I'm trying to share the day with you guys. So now we are shuffling again, people, and we're going to the next 4 star signs, which are Leo, Virgo, Libra and Scorpio. So how is it doing, guys? Is it hot in your countries? Here it is like, I don't know, 36 degrees Celsius. I don't speak in Fahrenheit. I don't understand the Fahrenheit. I think it's the Fahrenheit. It is minus 36 to Celsius, or minus 37 to Celsius. Okay, so Leo, for your career, guys, we do have the Knight of Wands, and then for your money we do have the 5 of Swords, and for your relationship we do have the Queen of Wands. So your career, for what it seems, you will have a bunch of activities where you're gonna start jumping towards. So that seems kind of like a carefree career week, people. Multiple plans to not expand, but to research a multiple ideas to see and to check which one is going to work out and which one is not going to work out. Now, if you are facing a very important project this week, for what it seems, the stage will be researching, exploring and creating a certain plan. This card, guys, says that if you do need a particular help into your career, for what it seems, a helping hand is going to come. This could be also a person into your career, and if you are kind of like a supervisor, someone who is leading a team, that could be a person from your team. And unfortunately, however, this guy has no staying power. What I mean is that he's jumping from one thing to another and never finish his job. So you need to start monitoring this guy more closely, because if you do give him a certain tasks, those tasks will never be complete on time, because he is not doing only the tasks you are giving him, but probably he's also browsing in internet, chatting on Facebook, talking with people and this kind of stuff. In other words, he lacks focus. Into your money, people, that will be the 5 of Swords, and it's kind of hard to determine the focus of this card, because this card could be a very ruthless way to earn money, or it could be a very ruthless way spending money. In other words, you don't care about the consequences of how you spend your money, or it could be that you not care about the consequences of how you earn money. Either way, guys, you need to be a little bit more calm regarding to these kind of matters, especially if you are dealing with different people, especially if you do earn your money in combination with someone else. You gotta be careful, and you got to see how they feel about the way that you are implanting yourself in earning those monies, because for what it seems, you may lose a good friend there, you may lose a co-worker or a business partner, especially if we're talking about how you spend your money as well, guys. You may waste a particular funds into a investments which you haven't negotiated with your partner, for example, business partner. But be careful, people. And for your relationship, Leo, we do have the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands, that speaks for kind of like it's hard for me to find a word to express it. Let's say that there will be some certain issues, misunderstandings, and kind of like arguments is going to be buried beneath the dirt, because you both will have a mutual agreement that you both are a little bit different from one another. You are different individuals, and thus you will try to make an attempt to accept the pluses and the minuses of your differences and your individuals. Understanding, guys, that the differences we do have in between one another is what makes us special to one another. Though single, this card suggests a person, but this time, this person, guys, you are going to be the one who try to chase that particular guy or a girl. It could be both things, because they are like a magnet. They are like the fire in the cold night. They attract basically everybody and everything around them. They like to be that way. They like to be the center of the universe. They like to be the center of the party. They like to be the center of the society they are in. So be very careful, because if you do aim for such kind of a person, you need to know that you're not the only one who is aiming for that person, and you do have a certain competition. So next one comes Virgo, and Virgo, we do have the High Priestess for your career. Then for your money, we do have the Two of Cups, and for your relationship, guys, we do have the Seven of Swords. So the High Priestess, Virgo, it is saying that this will be quite of a quiet week, in the term of that you're going to sense that there will be a particular unfoldment, but that particular unfoldment will happen quite further in the future. And right now, this week, guys, you need to be very quiet. You need to be very singular, for what I can say, and you need to attend to every duties that are coming into your way with I can't say with enthusiasm, but with patience, because you kind of will start sensing that what you are doing right now kind of have a reflection to your future. Very difficult card to interpret, especially for career. Basically, this card shows guys, that you do know the path. Basically, your inner wisdom, your inner knowledge, your inner voice is going to show you the path. So you can expect this week to have a hunches how one project needs to be dealt with. You can expect this week to have a kind of like an intuition of how you need to mitigate in between couple of projects, or how you need to deal with kind of aggressive co-workers in this kind of stuff. And you will be surprised, because you would never thought that you will end up with such a resolution to your difficulties. But basically, the High Priestess, guys, says that you need to be patient, and you need to rely into your inner wisdom. When you figure something out, don't ask how, because your subconscious is telling you how actually it is happening, and we don't get to understand our subconscious. So for your career this week, Virgo, you can expect a lot of perceptions. For what I can say, you can expect a lot of resolutions that are coming like out of nowhere, and in the same time, guys, you can expect a quiet week where you're going to attend to your duties calmly and with patience, knowing that this will lead to a grand unfoldment. Then we are going to your finances, and for what it seems with the Two of Cups, guys, you're going to spend money over somebody. It could be over your partner, your kid, your parents, your grandparents, over somebody. But that particular spending of money, guys, that will create you an emotional satisfaction, knowing that you have made a certain good out there in the world, that you have contributed for somebody's happiness, and actually those money that you have spent for these people, they will not seem wasted. And for your relationship, Virgo, we do have the Seven of Swords, a card of deception. But this is not necessarily a card of deception where you are lied by your partner. That could be where you are deceiving yourself, guys. So a very difficult card. It depends very on your personal situation. But when this card comes up, you need to start thinking, am I happy? You know, am I happy with the current stage of this relationship? Am I not lying myself that everything is going to change and everything is going to get better on its own accord. And when you reach to the answer and you find out that yes, you are lying to yourself, then what you do is not basically quit the relationship, but storm the relationship up, demand a certain respect, demand a certain attitude, demand a certain devotion from your partner, guys. Basically, you need to start storming the problems into your relationship. Those who are single, guys, for what it seems, this card shows that you are going to change the social circle. It is kind of like going from one social circle to another in attempt to find out a most suitable person which will stand next to you. This card also could speak for trying out an alternative ways to meet people, kind of like Facebook, dating websites, and these kind of stuff. For Libra, we do have your career, 7 of Cups, with your finances, 9 of Swords, and with your relationship, guys, that is the 10 of Swords. So, wow, that will be a very, very grim reading. So, first of all, guys, Libra, your career, you need to be kind of like more careful with the approach you're taking. There, with this card, there is a certain, how can I place it in words? There could be a certain threat, guys, that you may be abused from a co-worker of yours, from a supervisor of yours. Basically, they are taking advantage over you, or they are promising you great things, but none of those great things are going to happen. So when you are promised something into your career, guys, you need to scale every very carefully, and you need to place it against what you know to be true. Don't believe into fairy tales. Your finances, guys, you may start feeling a little bit depressed and stressed of how you're going to face a certain expenses in your life. And this is actually not a very bad card, as because if you can't find a way how you can deal with those expenses, guys, it's because you're not thinking straight, and it's because you are narrow-minded. But that card shows that there is a way out, and there is a way to conquer those kind of expenses, but you need to start thinking sober first, and you need to realize that those kind of difficulties are there for you, and nobody else is going to take on them. So you have to be the one who needs to deal with those difficulties and with those issues. And when you determine yourself like that, I mean, you determine yourself that you're gonna win those kind of difficulties and issues, you conquer your fear, then you are going to realize that you do have several options available how you can actually face those kind of expenses. And into your relationship, 10 of Swords. That card could be a sign of breakup, Libra, but it could be also a sign of something else. It could be a sign of a final conclusion. It could be a sign of a final decision. It could be a sign of a force of a new era, realizing that you are very, very miserable in how the relationship is right now, and instead of breaking that particular relationship, you take the matter in your own hands, determined to crawl from the abyss that the relationship is falling right now, and to drag the relationship forward. 10 of Swords, it is not always a negative card, guys. Yes, it could be a negative, it could be a breakup, you know, but is it going to be a breakup, or is it going to be an improvement? It depends how strong and how willing you are, how much you love your partner, basically. This is from what it depends, okay? So if you're determined to make an improvement, guys, you need to be, I can't say patient, because this is rather fast card. It comes, it hits you, and it goes away. So you have some things to talk about with your partner this week, and you need to be extremely hard on how you talk about those things with your partner, and you need to make those final kind of conclusion and decisions, and you need to basically demand what you expect from the relationship and not pull back from it, not seek a compromise and see if your partner is willing to do it. and if they are willing to do it, then a bettering of the relationship, it is what is going to follow. Scorpio, your career, we do have the Hermit, then the Eight of Wands, guys, and then we do have the Star into your relationship. Wow. Okay, so into your career, Scorpio, for what it seems that this week is going to be a quiet one, and especially if you are dealing with private business, for what it seems, there will be not much, a bunch of an orders, or there will be not much of an improvement into your current working place, guys. But this week will be a reconsideration of what you can place on the table and what you can work with. Okay, this it could be also a major reconsideration, thinking, am I, how can I place it in words, is this work that I'm doing right now is my calling, or it isn't my calling? Basically, the Hermit is about seeking one's calling, seeking where and how you can be most productive. Okay, and for that reason, people, you need to withdraw yourself from the ideas of others, especially if you do have a supervisor, managers, and this kind of stuff. You need to stop listening to them, guys, and withdraw and find what works for you, not how other things, how other people want you to do it. Okay, so if you're dealing with certain projects and you do have a certain plan created by your supervisor, that plan may not necessarily work for you, and you need to find your own way how you can have to deal with the duties you do have to attend to into your career place. Those who are extremely miserable into their work with the Hermit, for what it seems, they will determine themselves to leave the job. And the Hermit also promises you, guys, that the next job you're going to find, guys, it is the one that actually will fulfill you materially. In other words, it will be with a good payment, and also the things you will have to do in this job, the responsibilities you need to face in that job, will be exactly what you want to work. Okay, your finances, guys, they will highly improve this week, for what it seems, with the Eight of Wands. Numerous varieties of way how you will be able to improve your finances. However, those kind of alternatives, those kind of options available, they, Scorpio, require kind of like an actions. Okay, they will not just happen like this. Okay, the window of opportunity will be created for you. However, you need to have balls to make something about it. Okay, so guys, if you do have financial struggles and this kind of stuff, be open for anything that comes in your way that presents you with earning money, guys. You should not turn not a single opportunity around. Okay, you need to take advantage of basically everything. And what I can say about the relationship here with the Star card, guys, that is a card of unfolding love, people, of big plans for the future, of a long-term relationship. Those who are single, that card signifies, guys, for a certain commitment. Basically, this is what the card shows. And for what I can say, for those into a relationship right now, the Star sometimes comes as a child. Okay, it comes as a certain pregnancy, plans of pregnancy. But what is certain here with this card, guys, is that the old issues you do have into your relationship, they will basically lose relevance, because you're going to realize how important for you, Scorpio, is the love that you're experiencing with the person you are with right now, and everything else will basically be extremely meaningless, guys. That way you're going to offer them support, that way they are going to offer you support, and together you will move naked toward the future. Naked, what I mean is that you will be open for everything new. Okay, so I'm now shuffling, guys, and we are going to the last 4 star signs, which are a Sagittarius, Capricorns, Aquarius, and Pisces. You're welcome, Didis. Okay, so now we are going to Sagittarius. For your career, Sagittarius, we do have the King of Swords. Then for your money, we do have the High Priestess, and for your relationship, we do have the Queen of Wands. So, King of Wands, King of Swords into your career, guys. That will be a person there that you're gonna either consult with, how you can create your own personal business, or how you can improve your own personal business, or if you're working a certain job, that will be a consultation with someone that stays higher than you are, which very well knows that you're what you're dealing with, and it's someone capable to give you answers. Okay, answers of how you have to deal with your job, answers of how you need to deal with the problems in your job, answers of what is expected from you to do. A very responsible person, a person of a high authority. Okay, and this is really someone that you need to listen, because they do know how things works. Your finances, guys, that will be the High Priestess. And this card for finances, for what it seems, people, you will not waste money this week, or the income that you will get, it is exactly what you have expected. But in other words, well, this week it will be very quiet for your finances, guys. There will be no leaks, but there will be no major improvement for what it seems with the High Priestess. There is a certain chance of that you're going to rearrange a portion of your finances. It's not going to be even a thinking, it's going to be like a sensing of that they will be more cost effective if you redirect them to a different field. And into your relationship, Sagittarius, we do have the Queen of Wands, and as we said it for the previous star sign, guys, that card suggests that you and your partner will meet a mutual understanding of that you cannot be perfect toward one another, but the only thing you can do with one another is to accept the differences that you do have. That way, people, you will be able to complete yourself. In other words, what you cannot do, your partner can do, and vice versa. And that card also signifies for amounts of passion, so it does speak for a little bit higher amounts of sex than usual. And those singles, guys, that card suggests a person that will make an impression to you. However, this person doesn't make an impression only to you, but to a bunch of people. It is because they are attractive. It is what they do. So if you want to win their hearts, then you have to be ready for a certain competition. Capricorns, for your career, we do have the Strength. For your finances, we do have the Three of Swords. And for your relationship, guys, we do have the Empress. So, career, for what it seems, you're going to be such aggravated from people around you. Because basically they will not get you, okay? You will want to implant a certain ideas, you will want to implant a certain approach. You do have plans, guys, and you try to share those plans with those people, and they just don't listen. It's because they cannot understand you very well. That's why, Capricorns, you need to let the action speak for you. In other words, people, don't try to explain yourself, okay? Just do what you think is best. This card suggests, guys, that there will be difficulties into your career, but they're not going to be abnormal difficulties. They're just going to be the usual difficulties of what one career can expect. It's just the amount of them, it will be a little bit higher, and that's why you may kind of feel a little bit exhausted. However, those difficulties also, Capricorns, will present you with certain challenges which you need to have the enthusiasm to jump into, okay? Because there will be a certain profit from them. Your finances, however, guys, Three of Swords, that will be a big disappointment there, either from the money that you are receiving or from the money that you are spending. Basically, the Three of Swords, guys, says that you need to be very, very careful of facing the expenses you do have. It is because most likely, it could be also, people, that your payment will be delayed, okay? It could be also that, but it also could be like you don't get what you have been promised, or you basically invest and those investments turns out to be a bottomless hole. In other words, they're just for nothing. So be very careful. That card, as I see that card right now, don't loan money, guys. Don't give money away to different people just so you can help them, because for what it seems, you will not see those money for quite some time. Okay. And also don't expect this week someone to return a loan to you. For what it seems, they will have a certain amount of difficulties. However, into your relationship, we do have the Empress, and that is the card of a how can I say it in words, prime devotion into the relationship. This is a card of pregnancy, people. So if you don't want that pregnancy to be unwanted, then make sure that you do use condoms, contraceptives, and these kind of stuff. But for those who are planning to get pregnant, for what it seems, this week is a good week, guys, to try it out numerous times. But this card shows a determination to make a certain sacrifice for the comfort of the relationship. And from a different angle looked at this card, it does speak, guys, that you're going to feel very, very comfortable when you are in the company of your partner. So when you are in the company of your partner, guys, for what it seems, you're going to detach yourself from all the activities around which are bothering you people, and that way you will be able to make some sound decisions. So Capricorns, if you do have important decisions that you have to do this week, guys, take a shelter, seek for a shelter to your partner, and also as well consult yourself with them, because for what it seems, they also have what to say. Aquarius says, your career, we do have the 10 of Wands, and for your money we do have the 5 of Swords, and for your relationship we do have the 5 of Cups. So your career, for what it seems, it will be very, very busy. A lot of things will be moving around, guys, and some of those things will come as a surprises. Okay, responsibilities that you haven't expected that you need to attend to this week. It is like it's not enough what you already have on your plate, but those kind of additional responsibilities and tasks, crap, Aquarius. So you can expect to be very, very busy in your career. Probably you need to work extra time in order to be able to face the requirements from the company you're working at. But that is a very good card for private business. Shows that you will be overloaded with work, guys, overloaded with work, which means money. And when we come to money, taking under consideration that card, 5 of Swords, again, be careful how you earn your money, because seeing 10 of Wands here with your career and 5 of Swords with your financial situation, you can earn a lot of money for what it seems with your private business, but that could come on an expense of your health. So be very, very careful. That card, the only way I can see it here, Aquarius, is earning a kind of like large amounts of money, kind of above average amounts of money, but on the expense of something. It could be your health, it could be the attention of your partner, and we are coming to this here, the 5 of Cups, your relationship, but it also could be on the expense of a good relationships as well with your friends and these kind of stuff. And 5 of Cups, it comes to your career, to your relationship, excuse me, Aquarius. So that will be a period of time this week where you and your partner are going to dig up and open old wounds, which means that you're going to bring a forgotten issue in between you two, a forgotten problem in between you two on the surface, and that will make you feel miserable. That will make your partner feel miserable. But this card doesn't mean a breakup. Just on the contrary, this card gives you an opportunity to settle those kind of old wounds. It could be, I want to give you an example, it could be that very far in the past you have caught your partner to cheat on you, but you have forgive them and this kind of stuff, and right now something makes you to bring up the matter again so you can make them feel guilty, and this is opening an old wound, and nobody benefits from that. and because it's a minor arcana, guys, you can avoid this. And no matter how much deep down within yourself you do want to bring that old issue at hand so you can take advantage of your partner, don't, because they will feel miserable, but you will also feel miserable. Okay, you will kind of feel like something is lost there in the relationship. However, for what it seems, the relationship will endure, guys, regardless. There are still things that you can give to one another. There is still love that you can give to one another. Those single, for what it seems, they can expect denial this week, but not temporary denial. Permanent, denial, just temporary. It could be that you're trying to date with someone and they can tell you, I just need more time, you know, or trying to make a commitment with somebody and they say to you, I'm not ready yet, you know, I need more time. And you will end up disappointed in a certain way, guys, but in the same time, you will still, for what it seems, continue chase on that person. It's not going to be even a chase, but leave the door open for them, okay? So, last but not least, we go to Pisces. Pisces, for you, we do have the King of Wands for your career, and look at that, Page of Pentacles for your finances, Three of Wands for your relationship. So Pisces, for what it seems, that this will be quite of a good week this week. So your career, King of Wands shows that you are going to have a green light of a major plan of yours, okay? Have you recently asked for a permission in your job to do something? Well, for what it seems, you're going to have that permission. You're going to make quite of a good impression in front of your supervisor, guys, and also you will have that your job will be full with how can I place it in words, positive attitude. It is kind of like everything that you will do will be faced with extreme amounts of passion from your behalf, because you will be very, very confident that you can do it, and you can do it like you're doing a masterpiece. And when this person here sees you, he will show you kind of like, not show you, but propose you much greater things to do, like a promotion, like something else. He will give a go to your ideas. If you do have a private idea of something, but you are kind of seeking for a approval, or seeking someone that can invest in it, seeking someone that can actually do it, that's the person here. The King of Wands is the person that can transform your ideas, your knowledge into a powerful drive. That could be also a person who will just encourage you to do certain things into your work where you are kind of profitable, but you are going to find out that encouraging is the only thing you needed. The rest you do have with even a endless amount. What I'm trying to say is that you do have the skills, you do have the knowledge, you do have the iron will, resources. The only thing that you needed, guys, is someone to encourage you, someone to say you can do it. What are you waiting for, you know? And your finances here, we do have the Page of Pentacles. Either, guys, you're going to create a comfort over a person with this card, most likely your kid, your cousin, it is a kid, you know, or that card speaks for a new enterprise that will promise you how can I place it? That will promise you great benefits in the future. That will be something that slowly pays off, guys. So be very open for such kind of a private deed, private idea, private business, something like that has a huge unfoldment. It could be investing into actions, into auctions, okay? It could be investing into something that kind of unfolds itself with time and these kind of stuff. It could be that you do have like $2 million, and that card, if that's the case, you do have $2 million, then that card speaks that you need to put them into the bank and leave only on the commission, you know, because the commission will going to add up and add up and add up and these kind of stuff. So it's something that will grant you a slow but steady income, which will grow with time, okay? And then we go for your, guys, for your relationship. We do have the Three of Wands, people. That is a very, very good news for those who are singles. For what it seems, they are going to have a certain commitment this week, guys. For what it seems, there will be appearance in your life, most likely someone that you already know, okay, but they will be more open to you to make an approach, okay. So this is where you will actually rise yourself above your certain personal expectations and start to perform in front of this person, like performing, like dress up, like makeup, like being positive in this kind of stuff above your average, and that way you are going to make a higher, bigger impression into them, and they are going to set their eyes to you. For those who are already in relationship, guys, for what it seems, that will be a shared activities that you will have with you and your partner into the relationship, people, where you both are going to like those, and those kind of activities are going to strengthen your relationship even further. And from there you can decide to make engagement, you can decide to change, to move, you know, now what I mean is to move to their house and this kind of stuff. So it is very, very positive for your career, for your relationship. So that was the taroscope, guys, for for this week, excuse me. Very soon I'm going to make the taroscope for the upcoming week, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and it comes helpful to you, and if it does, please share the video so it can help to more people. If you do want a private reading, people, with me, you can find me at www.tarotpredictions.net, which is also written here in the description of the video. And as soon as you make your purchase, we can schedule the reading with you. The only thing you need to do after making your purchase is to fill up the contact blank, and I will contact you in a matter of hours. And until then, guys, well, I wish you a very, very productive week, and see you next time. Bye.